Hello everyone, we are back live, first live here from Romania. I'm so excited to do live videos again. There was a long break from doing those. Please write a comment if you can hear me. Hopefully everything will work now. I'm on way better internet right now, even though there's a funny thing that the internet I'm now on is not that extraordinary compared to Romanian standards because the upload speed is not high enough. It's actually pretty low. Yeah, so please let me know in the comment section if you can hear me. We are also live on Facebook. I'm not sure if the Facebook live video is working well. I hope it works. I get a lot of error messages that the video signal is lost. Yes, okay, so everyone is hearing me. We have two new moderators, or one new moderator on YouTube, and today we're gonna talk about colleges and if you need to go to school in order to become a software engineer, in order to become a successful software engineer. And before starting the talk about it, I want to encourage you to watch till the end because we have a surprise for you. So you need to watch this live video till the end. I'm trying to keep it interesting so you won't be bored. You won't need to switch the tabs. Also take advantage of the chat on the right hand side. There are a lot of people there. You can make friends. There are already 26 people watching, so make sure to talk with them. Also, don't forget to hit the like button. This way you are helping us reach more people and bring more people on the channel and talk with them. There are a lot of people who care about this topic. If you need a CS degree, if you need to go to college in order to become a software engineer, that's a question which I get a lot. I did a video back when we released videos in Romanian, and I think I answered that, but let's do an English version of that. Probably I'll also do a video of that without being live, without talking to people, but this is the long version, and I wanted to do this in a while. There was an article on CNBC saying Google, Apple, and 13 other companies that no longer require employees to have a college degree. I'll also drop the link in the description of the video, so make sure to check it out. I'm just updating the description and also I'll drop the link on the chat. Yeah, if you watch this, if you watch this video on Facebook, make sure to switch to YouTube, because everyone is on YouTube, or almost everyone. I'm so excited. There are already 34 people. Yeah, 34 people, but only 5 likes. Don't forget to hit the like button and to subscribe to this channel if you haven't done that already. And yeah, make sure to open the article. Let's read it and see what it says. So I've been before starting doing that, sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. For those of you who are for the first time on this channel, I'm Petru. I'm the founder of WellCode, which is an educational platform where people can learn how to write code from scratch. You don't need to know anything in advance. We currently only have a Romanian version, but the English version will come out very soon, so make sure to keep an eye on our channel and on our Facebook page. I also work with students. I help them prepare for coding competition. I've been doing that for 8 years now. I have former students who got silver and bronze medals and international competitions. They represented Romania, and usually my students are in the top on the country, so they are among the best in the country. And we already have the platform for 1 year. Actually, tomorrow is 1 year since the launch, and since then I talked with a lot of our users. We talked a lot about what they think they need in order to become successful and how they can learn. So this is my main focus. This is what I'm what I care about, education and how you can become a successful programmer. I also did internships. I did 3 internships, one with actually 4, but one was in Romania, so I don't think it counts that much. So I did an internship with Facebook in New York, one with Palantir also in New York, and one with, and I just came back from Los Angeles where I did an internship with Google. I learned a lot of things. I talked with a lot of people who are very successful in their careers, who have jobs at the top companies in tech. Yeah. So yes, if you are writing comments in Romanian, I'll try to translate them, even though I encourage you to write comments in English. So yeah, please make an effort and use English, because hopefully one day we'll have a lot of English subscribers. So also don't forget to hit that like button. You didn't like the video, and I'm sad because of that. But enough talk. Let's talk about the article. I'll drop the link again in the chat. There's also the link in the description. So CNBC says the following thing: Google, Apple, and 13 other companies that no longer require employees to have a college degree. And I remember in August when this article came out, it had a lot of shares. People started talking about it, and it was interesting because the attention, it got a lot of attention back home, back in Romania, but it didn't get a lot of attention in the US. So let's read the article. The economy continues to be a friendly place for job seekers today, and not just for the ultra educated. Economists are predicting ever improving prospects for workers without a degree as well. Recently, job search site Glassdoor compiled a list of 15 top employers that have said that they no longer require applicants to have a college degree. Companies like Google, Apple, IBM, and EY, I don't know what EY is, are all in this group. But currently EI's non-degree requirements are applicable to candidates in the UK. Yeah, and by the way, they're talking about Glassdoor, which is a very good website if you want to know how well the software engineers are paid, and if you want to know the salaries, if you want to know interview questions, if you want to find out more about the interview process. I remember when I was in my first year of college and I was trying to get internships, I was on Glassdoor maybe every day or every week, just searching for new information over there. Okay, so let's get back. I also want to remind you that if you watch this video till the end, I have a surprise for you. I'll give something for free for everyone, so there's no giveaway. There's enough for everyone. So please watch this till the end if you want to find out about what I'm talking. Yeah, Luigi says that EY is Ernst & Young. So I didn't know about that company. Sorry for being ignorant. It's a multinational professional service firm. It's accounting. So yeah, okay. Let's go back to the article. So in 2017, IBM's Vice President of Talent, Joanna Daly, told CNBC Make It that about 15% of her company's US hires don't have a 4-year degree. She said that instead of looking exclusively at candidates who went to college, IBM now looks at candidates who have hands-on experience via a coding bootcamp or an industry-related vocational class. Check the list below to see what other top companies you can score a job at if you don't have a college degree. So I'll read the whole article, and afterwards I'll talk about my experience, about the experience of the people I've talked to, and there are a lot of things that you need to take into account regarding college. So yeah, we'll talk about that. Let's see the list of the companies. So the first one is Google. Glassdoor company rating on a 5-point scale is 4.4, which is really high. I remember when I looked at the list best places to intern for in, I think, 2015, Google was the second place, I think, after Facebook. Yeah, so I won't read the current openings and the hiring locations. Then Ernst & Young is the second one. They have They have way lower rating, only 3.7. Then Penguin Random House, never heard of them. I think they also have some kind of publishing for books. Then it's Costco wholesale, but those I think this doesn't count. So if you're saying that you're not requiring a college degree for a cashier or a stocker or a pharmacy sales assistant or for someone in bakery, that's obvious. Obviously, you don't need a college degree to do those kind of jobs. So I'm wondering if they didn't have enough companies to have top 15, so they just put their Costco. So yeah, I don't know about that. And then Whole Foods, which is also similar to Costco. And then Hilton, which says event manager, front office manager, housekeeper. You don't need a college degree to be a housekeeper. Are they kidding me? What's the reason they included this company? It's like saying, oh, you don't need a college degree in order to clean a house. Obviously, you don't need a college degree to do that. And then the next company is Publix, which is pharmacies, retail. Okay, I'll skip the companies that I don't know about. Then there's Apple. Yeah, so Apple is a legit company. Hopefully it's not about what iPhone buyer. What's an iPhone buyer? Yeah, sorry, I thought this article is more serious. So yeah, okay, so design verification engineering project. Then Starbucks. Okay, I won't talk about Starbucks. Nordstrom, I won't talk about it. Home Depot. Yeah, obviously, so for the big stores, you don't need to have a college degree if you just want to move if you just want to move if you just want to move products from one shelf to the other, you don't need college. So I think a lot of this is clickbait. But now we have IBM and Bank of America. What other interesting companies? Yeah, so basically Google, Apple, IBM, Bank of America. Yeah, those are the companies which are interesting. Yeah, so sorry for that. We're just preparing something special and we're not quite ready. So Bianca is here near me and she's writing things to me on the paper. Okay, so as far as I can remember, college degrees were not a requirement when I started applying for internships. They are a requirement for internships because in order to get a visa, in order to get a J1 visa, you need to be a student. Otherwise, you're not eligible to get a visa. So this is the biggest requirement. You still need to be in school, but I think it works if you're studying at whatever university. You don't need to be you don't need to be in a very successful university, so it doesn't matter that much. And I think because of that, they also put it on the careers page. So if you look on the careers page for Google, they will say for internships that you need to be pursuing a bachelor's degree in some sort of sciences. But I think that is the reason for doing that. But if we look on the careers websites for Google, or for, I think in history is for Airbnb, let's search for software engineer. I'll just search for Google careers.google.com. So as far as I remember, they don't require college, and they didn't require college even before the time of the article. I think it was like this for at least 5 years. Okay, let's see what. So for software engineer in Mountain View, I'll also post the link in the chat. Yeah, so let's look at the requirements. I'll also share the screen. How can I share the screen? I think like this. Yeah, okay, so here it is. So minimum qualifications. The first point is bachelor's degree in computer science, similar technical field of study, or equivalent practical experience. So, or equivalent practical experience, and I'll talk about that later. So for Google, you don't need a bachelor's degree, you just need some experience if you don't have it. Let's see for other big companies. Let's look for Facebook if they require it. They were not on the list, but I suspect that they don't require a college degree. Okay, do the most meaningful things. Let's search for software engineer. Software engineer. Okay. Okay, responsibility, minimum qualifications. Okay, they say they require the bachelor's degree in computer science or related field. What's this? Software engineer. Oh, for Facebook Reality Labs. This is for Oculus. Software engineer. I'm searching. I think they have. Yeah. Okay. So let's search for maybe for Instagram software engineer or something which is not Oculus related, because maybe they need some advanced math knowledge for that. Let's say software engineer. Minimum qualification. Okay, so here for software engineer iOS in London, United Kingdom, they don't require a bachelor's degree. They just say it's preferred, but they also say or required industry experience. So basically they say they don't require a college degree. So for the biggest companies, you don't need a college degree for working for them. So so that's fine. You don't need to go to college in order to work for Google or for Facebook, or that's what their website is saying. If you have any questions, we'll make a break and I'll take some questions. Please drop them in the chat and I'll be more than happy to answer them. Mihai is asking me on Facebook, what do you have over there on in your back on the monitor? It's a terminal. Yes. And I think I'll go back to that. No, I don't need to go back because I just realized that I stopped some important service and I need to make it to bring it back online. I'm bringing that and then I'll be back at the questions. Okay, now I fixed the problem and now I'm back at the live video. Can we as your stuff? I don't understand the question. Let's see questions on YouTube. What about Microsoft? Okay, let's also check Microsoft. I think for Microsoft is the same thing. Basically, all the software companies are doing the same thing. .microsoft.com, but just because you asked, let's check for the Microsoft website, software engineer. For those of you who came later, don't forget to watch this video till the end because I have a free surprise for you. Site reliability engineer, senior software engineer. I'm looking for the regular software engineer. Okay, here it is. They posted responsibility. Okay, the bachelor's degree or higher in computer science engineering or equivalent degree. Okay, so it seems that Microsoft is having it as a requirement, even though as you saw earlier, after I searched for more positions, I found positions which didn't require bachelor. So maybe there are more software engineers. As you can see here, there are 2 senior software engineer positions, and maybe that's the same thing for Microsoft, or maybe they require bachelor's degree. Let's see for Estonia. Okay, for Estonia they don't require a bachelor's degree. They say or equivalent years of work experience. Okay, and now let's go back to the talk. Now everyone is asking me, no, it's not a Hackintosh, it's a Mac. Okay, and now let's start the talk about why companies don't require why don't they require college. Is the video still working? Someone says the video froze for 20 seconds. Is everything okay? Please leave me a message in the chat. So is everything working or not? Is it freezing? Does it work? Please tell me. Still laggy. Okay, what can I do? Let's see. Yes, you can ask me stuff. Mihai. Yeah. Okay, I'll close Facebook. I'll be live on Facebook, but I won't take questions, I think, or maybe I'll stop the live videos. Okay, if you are watching this on Facebook, just switch to YouTube. Okay. Okay, now I've closed everything except in YouTube, and now should be working. Let's see, bitrate for streaming. I don't have settings for bitrate for streaming, so I can't change that. I'm sorry about that. I don't know what's wrong with the internet. I have bad luck. Yeah, I should get internet from another company, but there's only one company who provides internet for this location, for this street, so I'm not able to change the internet. That has it been fixed, or is it still laggy? I'll ask my flatmate not to upload anything right now. Okay. So does it work, or it's laggy only sometimes? So can I continue, or should we stop this stream and try again some other day? How well does it work? Can you please tell me in the chat? I want to know if I should continue or if it's useless. So Josip is asking me, so do you really need a CS degree, or restart it with less bitrate? But I can't change it. There's no such setting in OBS, as far as I know. It is okay. Okay, it works fine. Okay, yeah, let's continue. There were, I think, 10 people dropped, so please don't go away because we have some surprise prepared for you at the end. So yeah, let's start talking if you need a college degree or not. So basically, as I showed you, you don't need a college degree. You can get hired without having a college degree. But the thing is, college degree still helps. So if you think about it, it makes sense for a company to hire anyone who knows how to write code. Let me rephrase that. It makes a lot of sense for a company to hire someone who knows how to write code well enough so that he's able to contribute to the apps that the company is making. So if you have a company who only does front end like HTML and CSS, it doesn't make any sense to require a bachelor's degree. On the other hand, if you have a company who builds virtual reality or who builds like advanced things, they will probably require a bachelor's degree in math or computer science or physics, because otherwise people who apply there won't be able to pass the interviews. They won't be able to solve the problems that the company has, and they will just waste a lot of time on the interviews. So because of that, on the more advanced role, you need maybe maybe even a master's or a PhD. But for the regular software engineering jobs, you don't need to have a college degree. Okay, so this is the first idea. You don't need a college degree to do the basic work. However, this is a big however. College has a lot of advantages, but it also has some disadvantages. First of all, I believe that if you're really hardworking, you can learn how to write code in 1 year and get a well-paid job. So you don't need to go through a whole 3 or 4 year college just to get a software engineer job. You can get away much faster without spending all those years in college. So you can get a job after 1 year. So this is a big disadvantage. But on the other hand, being in college and having colleagues who have the same interests, the same passions as you, will help you a lot. Imagine that you're alone just learning programming, and everyone around you is not doing that. It's much harder when you have a question. I think almost always you have someone who's better than you in college at some subject. So if you're not used to the terminal and to Linux, you'll probably have a colleague who's really good at it and who can answer your questions when you don't know something. And that's really helpful, because you don't need to search on the internet. You don't need to bump your head around the walls when you don't know how to do something. You can just go to him and ask how you can solve your problem. And imagine that for every possible subject. You'll have people who are better than you, and that's what college helps you. And also, when you want to start building your own app, if you want to create something useful for other people, you just want to create a game, or you just want to create something for fun, you won't need to work on your own. You'll be able to collaborate with other people. You'll be able to create a team and create a product way faster, because you have a team. And the college is the best place for forming teams. Bianca, my co-founder, we worked together during college, and a lot of people who I created projects with were from college. So this is a big advantage. And if you look at Facebook, it was created during college. They started working on it at Harvard, and then Mark Zuckerberg dropped out, and they formed that team in college. There are also some examples of companies who were not created during college, but the team part is very important. Let's see. It seems that people are talking a lot on the live chat. They are talking about IDEs. Treasures Monkey says that college degree and master's degree will help you in the long term. You need to be like the best 1% of the best coders to get a job in the field. You don't need, but it's good to have. Yeah, that it's good to have a lot of times. Okay. Romania uses to require a college degree even for web development. I don't think that's true. We have some we have lower taxes for people who have college degrees, but it's not a requirement. I have some friends who worked in Romania who didn't have a college degree. I think Andrei from the other, he was online on other live stream. He works for Google now and he doesn't have a college degree, so definitely you don't need a college degree. What's the best operating system for programming? This is not the topic of today's video. Yeah, so on the other hand, if you're in the US or if you're in a let's say more civilized country, I don't know how to say it, if you're in the Western Europe or if you're in the UK or in the US, college requires a lot of money. So let's see, for the best colleges, for MIT college tuition. So for MIT, it's I think it's $40,000 per year. For Harvard is the same. For Stanford, it's actually 45,000. For Harvard is the same. For Yale is the same. So for most universities in the U.S., you need to pay a lot of money just to study there. So we are very lucky in Romania that we have college for free, basically, if we have good grades. But in the other countries, there you have to pay a lot of money just to attend university, and then you end up with hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. Imagine that's the price of a very expensive car. I think it's the most expensive Tesla model. So basically, if you save that money, you can buy a Tesla. So that means you need to work for 3 or 4 years in order to pay just to pay your college loan. And I think if you work for 4 years on your personal projects instead of going to college, you can pay for you can just get hired and have the same salary. On the other hand, it's pretty hard to get started, so you'll need to figure out on your own a lot of things. We are working on WellCode. We are working on creating good resources so that you maybe won't need a college degree and you'll become as good as someone who finishes college. But we're not there yet, so you still need to figure out on your own what are the things that you need to learn. And also, there's a trick about our mind. Our mind will try to trick us. And what I mean by that is that if we let's say we want to learn C++, and then we start searching on the internet, okay, is it good to learn C++? And then on some websites we'll find people saying that, okay, it's not good to learn C++, it's a hard language, go and learn JavaScript. And then we'll switch to JavaScript, and maybe that person who wrote that it's not good to learn C++, maybe that person doesn't have any industry experience. It's just someone who's doing web development hidden in a basement, who earns just enough money to pay his rent, but is not successful to any degree. And you'll think, okay, if this person said that I can only learn JavaScript, then you won't learn it. On the other hand, if you have a C++ course in college, you won't be able to skip it. You'll still need to do it. So they'll force you to learn some things, which I believe it's a good thing to some degree. I'm not for forcing people into learning things. However, sometimes it's good to be forced on certain subjects. Also, you learn some math in college, at least for CS, and that math is really useful. It will help you have a more developed brain. It will structure your thoughts. I'll talk about that in a video about how math is helping you in getting better at computer science. Okay, I got a bit tired from talking. If you had known how all these years passed around you and the experience that you gathered, would you have gone to college again? Yes, that's a really good question. So I would have definitely go to college in Romania because college is free. Probably I wouldn't have pursued a CS degree, maybe more like a math and computer science degree, but definitely I would have done computer science. I would have done college again. So if you don't need to pay money for college, or if you don't need to pay a lot of money for college, if you're not going in debt, I highly recommend going to college. It's a really good time to just figure out what you want to do. You basically pay little money for accommodation. You're surrounded by all those people. You can meet people who study different things like biology or maybe literature, depending on which college you go to or which university you go to. So I highly recommend going to college if you don't need to pay for it. It's a really good time, and you can also start working while being in college. You're not tied to just be in college. You can skip some courses and just get hired and work part-time, and it's a relaxing period, very good for you if you want to figure out what you want to do with your life. It's not that pressure. But you can also simulate that experience at home. So if you're required to pay for college, you need to you cannot do that, and just take some online courses and then try to make some personal projects and then trying to get hired. And if you want to get hired without a college degree, you definitely need to work on some personal projects. I'll create a video about that later. It will be in the career path series, so don't forget to hit the subscribe button in order to get notified when I'll release that video. So a lot of times there are workarounds. I don't think there's at any point you'll have a straight path and that's the only path of doing things. So there are a lot of people who manage to get really good jobs with a college degree, and there are also a lot of people who manage to get good jobs without a college degree. And if you don't want to get a college degree, you can still get the job by working on some personal projects. Think about the problem that you have and which can be solved by writing code, by creating an awesome application. So just start doing that, and if you make it successful, if you gather lots of users, then you can prove it. You can write in your resume that, okay, I've made this app, I have 1,000 users, I built it like this, and I'm sure recruiters will think it's very cool. The way you need to think about is, how can I prove that I'm a good programmer? What's the way of proving that that I can write good code? And you can prove it by getting a diploma from a college. Even though nowadays, if that's the only thing that you have on your resume, I think that most of the big companies won't even invite you to an interview. And on the other hand, you can start working on personal projects, you can start creating things, and you can also post them on GitHub and put a link in your resume. So basically when you're applying, you can show them, okay, this is the code I've written, I'm able to write code, here's my code. You can look at it and judge it. And if you have written good code, they'll probably invite you to the interview. So this is a really good way of not doing college, just working on personal projects, make interesting things, and then also prepare for interviews. Look online, what are the questions that you'll be asked at the companies you want to apply for. You can find a lot of examples on Glassdoor and on Career Cup. So you don't need to have a college degree. Obviously it's a bit harder because you need to learn on your own, you need to go online, you need to go on Facebook groups and ask questions, but still you can do it. and you can check Andy Sterkowitz's channel. He's also, I forgot about him, he also taught himself how to write code. He didn't attend any computer science related university, so he is a successful programmer, and you can learn from his experience. I highly encourage you to also subscribe to his channel. But the answer is that the short answer is that no, you don't need a college degree, but it helps a lot. And if you want to go into debt, or if you have enough money to pay for Stanford or MIT, I think it's a good idea to go there, because you're gonna get there will be some differences. Let's say you graduate from Cambridge or from MIT, and you apply for a job. Let's say a person with the same kind of experience, who graduated some random college in Romania, some random university in Romania, applies for that same job. If they don't have enough time to interview everyone, then probably the person who has Stanford on his resume, or Cambridge or any top university, will have higher chances of getting invited to the interview. And a lot of times people get interviews just because they have better education, but that's only true for people who are like right at the bar. You're not quite sure if you're good enough in order to be invited to the interviews. But if you have a degree from a good university, it will be probably the thing which will help you pass the bar. So that's the thing. Also, if you're from another country and you want to work in the US, you can go there to college. That's a really good reason to go and do a college in the US. You'll get a visa which allows you to work, I think, for 2 years after you graduate. So basically, you can go to any college in the US if you get that visa. Maybe get a loan or save some money in order to graduate from that college, and afterwards you can stay in the country for 2 years, and that's enough, I think, for getting an H-1B visa or to getting a resident permit. I'm not very well informed about how the immigration process works, but I know people who got a college degree who are not from the US and who could apply to better companies just because they were studying in the US. So these are the main reasons for going to college. I'm gonna take some questions and also rest a bit, and then I'll give away the free stuff. Also, don't forget to hit the like button if you didn't do that already, and also don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't done that. When will you post the next challenge on the Facebook group? Yeah, I'll post the challenge today. Okay, yeah, thanks for reminding me, Alex. Will you implement more languages on the platform in the future? We're definitely thinking about doing a SQL course, but more about that in the following months. Personal projects, you're gonna make the extra step that the competition will not when getting hired, and it's not easier to do personal projects when you are free instead of few hours a day. Yeah, it's easier to do personal projects when you're free. How was your first internship? Can you talk about it step by step, maybe in another live video? I have a useful link for people that want to learn math from MIT courses. Yeah, you can post link for online courses. Yeah, and I forgot about that. Thanks a lot for reminding me. Nowadays, you can learn on your own from courses from the top universities. I think most of the courses from MITs are online. I think there are also courses on Coursera, even though I think now Coursera costs money. Maybe they have some free courses, I'm not sure, but you can still learn a lot on your own. You can still learn the same thing that people in college learn. I can definitely tell that the things I learned during college I could, or at least the ones in computer science I could have learned on my own. Actually, I studied online for some of the exams, so don't expect to learn a lot from college. Education is your responsibility. You may be lucky and have some really good teachers, but I still believe that education is your responsibility. You don't need to wait for learning web development in the university or to learn Linux or anything. You can learn everything from the internet. You don't need to wait for those courses. So remember that education is your responsibility. And now, if you don't have any questions, I'll go ahead with the surprise. But if you have more questions, I'll wait a few minutes. And please let me know if you have any questions in the please let me know in the comments. If not, I'm just gonna drop the surprise. So any questions? No questions. Bianca is also here with me. She works on the surprise. I think the surprise is ready. You should give some examples on how to get ahead of the competition when you start college or high school on computer science. You can get ahead on your competition by doing the hard things. The best, or maybe one of the best guidelines, is just do the hard things. Do the hard things which other people are not happy to do. Do the things which people will not do because they're too hard. One good example is by learning C++. A lot of people say, oh, C++ is so hard, I'll just go ahead and learn some HTML and CSS, and then they will think, oh, I'm so successful now that I can write some HTML, and that's definitely not true. So yeah, that's not true. So don't fall for that. Do the hard things. Do the things which maybe won't pay you money in the beginning, especially during high school and university. Just focus on learning the hard things. Focus on becoming a good programmer. This is what WellCode is about. That's what we that's what we are trying to encourage you. Just learn the hard things, and this will get ahead of your competition. And don't see your classmates. Sorry, I don't know how to talk in English anymore. Let's go to that statement again. Don't see your colleagues or your classmates as competition. Look at them as a team. Try to learn from them, try to teach them stuff, and try to collaborate. Because if you have people who are into learning and who are into improving themselves, they will at some point motivate you to become better. So don't see them as competition. Also focus on the hard things. Don't get discouraged, because instead of getting discouraged, you can use all that brain energy in becoming better. Bianca is now looking very tired at me because she heard that a lot of time. A lot of people ask me that, and I give them the same speech, and she probably doesn't want to hear that anymore. But that's the truth. That's what I did during high school. I did Olympiads. I started learning algorithms. I took part into a lot of coding contests, and that's what set me apart from the others. So that's what you need to do. You need to do the hard things. You need to be focused on learning. And yeah, this will conclude today's video. Cosmin is asking us if WellCode will offer internships. Yeah, we are offering unpaid internships in marketing and in coding. So if you're interested in any of those two domains, make sure to send us a message on Facebook, and we'll talk more. In order to be an intern in software engineer for WellCode, you need to have prior experience. So we will require you to send us a CV. Then we'll talk with you about your experience. So it's a bit hard to get those internship. So yeah, also for video editing, if you want to help Don Powell with video editing, we also offer internships for that. but also for video editing you need to have some experience. And now actually no, I just want to remind you that tonight we're gonna release a new video. It's a message for all people who are in school. But now let's go with the surprise. The surprise is that we are launching the international version of WellCode. Actually, we're not launching yet the international WellCode, but we are launching a preview of that. I'll give you 2 free PDFs from which you can learn all those things I talked about. They are more structured. You can learn from them how to become a software engineer. Basically, it's a roadmap for you, which will help you get an idea about what software engineering is and how you can become a good software engineer. I've dropped the link in the chat on YouTube. I'll also drop the link on in the description. I added the description here. Also, I'll put a link for the Facebook group. I'm so excited that after 1 year of work, 1 year since we launched the Romanian version, we are launching the English one, and it's been a long wait till today. I've met a lot of people, a lot of amazing people who wanted to learn, who wanted to become better, and who actually learned. That we got a lot of messages from people who learned from WellCode. So make sure to check the international version. Will have the same quality content. We are trying to help you become the best programmer, the best possible programmer. And now I'm gonna end this video. Thanks a lot for joining me. Thanks a lot for watching this video. I wish you all the best. I know that some of you have just begun school, and we're gonna release a YouTube video special for you. And until next time, I wish you all the best. I hope you'll become a very successful software engineer. And yeah, that's it. And I'm so excited we just launched the international version. Goodbye everyone, and we'll see you in a few days.